Hey guys, this is Mitchell Black from Strongside, and this is the fourth video out of 4 for the Paleo Challenge, and I'm really excited about this one. This is one of my favorite things to talk about is calories in versus calories out. We're going to call it calories don't count, so hopefully that kind of gives it away of what we're going to talk about. But I think this is going to be, in my opinion, the most interesting of the 4 videos. So I want to kind of present 2 things for you real quick. One, we're going to talk about calories in versus calories out, but I want to go over 2 ideas with you. One is that if it was about calories in versus calories out, and that's how the majority of people lost weight, I wouldn't have a job. It is January, and 80% of people who join a health club to lose weight, whether that's CrossFit or a Globo gym or anything, 80% of those people join to lose weight, and 80% of those people don't reach their goal. And it's not because they don't reach their goal because they're lazy or unmotivated. It's typically due to the belief that it's just eat less and exercise more, and I want immediate results, so I do it that way. And that's one thing I want to present to you so we can talk about that. And then number 2 is that I want you to think that you don't have to lose weight to get healthy. You have to get healthy to lose weight. You can't just magically decide, oh, I want to lose weight, and it just floats right off you, because your body and your brain operate differently. And your brain might say, I want to lose weight, but your body is going to think something different. So you do have to go about it a healthy way, and you don't lose weight to get healthy. You have to get healthy to lose weight, meaning that you have to go about losing weight in an appropriate way. So the objective here is we're going to debunk this whole calories in versus calories out myth. And calories in versus calories out means that if you eat less and exercise more, you'll lose weight. Or if you eat more and exercise less, you'll gain weight. And I understand that methodology. It makes a lot of sense on paper. It really does. On paper, it's the most systematic and understandable way to think about losing or gaining weight. And there's always going to be a bunch of people out there that see this video and say, hey, I lost 50 pounds. I totally understand. I did Weight Watchers when I was 13, and I weigh less now than when I was 13. And Weight Watchers gave me a jump start and all that. I understand it, but looking back, I see the effects that it could have had on my metabolism and how it could be dangerous. So let's just talk about it. I'm not putting Weight Watchers down. I'm just trying to relate to you, saying that I've been there. So if you believe in calories in versus calories out, eat less and exercise more, what you're really arguing is this thing called the Law of Thermodynamics. And there's 3 laws of thermodynamics, and the one that applies to weight loss is the second law of thermodynamics that was founded in the 1960s, 1966, I believe. And it was discovered by 2 scientists studying heat transfer. And if we look at this cup of coffee, they were basically saying, okay, if my coffee gets colder, it's because heat left the coffee. I didn't put cold substances or air in the coffee. My coffee got colder because heat left. It's kind of like if you open a door to a room, the room doesn't get colder because cold air came in. Hot air left, there's less hot air in the room, therefore the room is colder. And that's the second law. That's essentially the second law of thermodynamics, and that's what you're arguing with weight loss. So I don't really know how that applies to calories, even though a calorie is a form of heat and all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't I don't understand why they chose that. You're also saying that if you believe in calories in versus calories out, that all calories are equal. So 100 calories of a Twinkie is equivalent to 100 calories of a steak. Or 100 calories of a Twinkie is equivalent to 100 calories of a salad. You could basically live off cotton candy and Oreos as long as you ate under 1,200 calories. And you can say good calories and bad calories and things like that, but if you're really arguing just calories in versus calories out and weight loss is about eat less and exercise more, then you're taking all foods out and you're just saying, hey, eat whatever you want, just eat a little bit of it. We can also look at humans, and we can also say, okay, let's look at child A and child B. Child A is significantly smaller than child B, but why is that? Is it because child B has absolutely zero self-control? Is it because child B is bullying child A and stealing all the food from child A and stuffing child B's face so she can starve child A and child A is thin? Does child A have anorexia or bulimia or problems where they can't eat, like an eating disorder? Absolutely not. You can't sit here and say that it's simply about calories, when a young child who has no calorie restraints or a conscientiousness of calories is so much more overweight because they're eating more. And a child who's thin is thin because they eat less. That's absolutely not true. Then we look at more of an adult situation. Let's look at mom here with 2 kids. The kid on the left, it has some fat, but not much, and child on the right is a little bit underweight, which is okay. But if you believe that it's calories in versus calories out, you believe that the mom is starving her children so she can eat all the food. And this is more of an American home, but let's look at a third world country, where we might look at an African country or lower income India, where you might have an overweight parent with an underweight child. And if you believe that it's calories in versus calories out, you believe that the mom is starving her child so she can go eat a Snickers at night. And that's not true at all. It's not only about calories. It's not about this mom eating all the food and beans and rice and everything in the house and starving the children. We see that a lot in like I said, in third world countries. And that's not the case. So when we look at what we are eating, I have a little graph for you. We look at total calorie consumption. And then right here's the graph from 1974 to 2000. This is on ages 20 to 74. And then we have men and women. So the arrows right now are showing you total caloric intake, and you can see that we're eating about 275 calories more today than in 1974, which is, I understand that. We are eating more. I get it, but it's only 270 calories more per day. It shouldn't correlate to this amount of obesity. So when we look over here in women and in men, we see what the calories are made up of. And we see protein decrease. It decreases a little bit, mostly stays the same. We do want it to increase, but that's kind of secondary right now. We see fat decrease, kind of like we talked about with the cholesterol in video 3. The fat decreases because the FDA called for a 30% fat diet through the recommendation of Ansel Keys, who is a scientist out of the University of Minnesota. And he's why you believe everything about cholesterol, but hopefully we debunked a lot of that in the 3rd video. And then I couldn't get the arrows to pop up for the carbohydrates, which are right above this, but you see a huge increase in carbohydrates. We're eating less fat, more carbohydrates, 51.6% more for men and 51.6% more for women and 49% more for men. So we are eating 247 calories more per day than in the 1970s, but we're eating more sugar, we're eating more carbohydrates. And if we look back at video 1 of leptin and ghrelin and managing those hunger hormones, we see why we just eat and eat and eat and why we don't have any control over that. So it's not about not having self-control or just calories. You can eat as little calories as you want. If you're eating all carbohydrates and snack wells and sugar foods and these quote-unquote snacks that are all 100 calories of carbohydrates, a 100-calorie snack pack, but I'm snacking on crackers, it doesn't matter because you're just going to elevate the insulin and the stuff we talked about in video 2, and you're just going to elevate your fat storage. It doesn't matter how many calories you're eating. So when we look at genetics only account for 20% of all illnesses and diseases. And what's a disease? The root word dis means without, and then ease doesn't really need an explanation, but it just means without ease. That's any discomfort. That's obesity. That's the whole list of stuff. It's only 20%, which means 80% is lifestyle choices and environmental toxins and the quality of your food and exercise regimen. So I know I feel like I kind of rushed through everything, but I really hope you enjoyed that calories don't count. It's not about calories. It's about what you eat, not how much you eat. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. The website's at the bottom, thestrongside.com, and either come try us out and join the gym or sign up for a 7-day pass. Thank you.